Hi teacher, we are Milton, Lynn, and me, Javier, and the invention which we came up with is a reverse microwave. Have you ever want ice cream to be frozen as fast as possible? Well, that's where the idea came from. We want to make a microwave that instead of heating up food, cools it down within minutes.
Our inverse microwave will recollect the nitrogen in our direct environment and then it will use it to cool down the food. It will have a familiar interface. The only difference is that it will have an input in which the nitrogen is going to be taken from. This inverse microwave will also have two modes, the classic electric one and then, when working with boiling things,
It will work using the heat of the same dish. Nowadays, there are ice creams that are already using nitrogen tanks to froze out the ingredients. Our idea is kind of similar, but not quite, because what we want to do is merge the concept of a water ozonifier, a device that recollects ozone from the environment and pours it into your water, but instead of recollecting ozone, our machine will recollect nitrogen and cool down the food by exposing it to a much more concentrated amount of nitrogen. We think this will be helpful mainly in the household, to make several desserts or cold food. However, we also think that it'll be useful in hospitals when using compresses to reduce inflammation or also in offices when making too hot coffee. Our device works with the principles of electromagnetism, since the interface is really similar to a microwave's one. But it also works with the molecular modification from the nitrogen, which takes the molecules and turns them into really small pieces of ice and real soft.
This idea is not real yet because there are some flaws in the design, since there wouldn't be anywhere to send the heat that is coming off the dish. Our solution is to make the device work with the same heat that the dish is detached, but sometimes it could be need to have much more hot dishes instead of just warm ones to work with. So that's not a verified possibility.
nowadays, the closest thing we have to a device that cools down food would be a fridge or a nitrogen tank to frozen up ingredients quicker. However, that's not something we all have in our kitchens, so the most common thing that seems similar is a refrigerator.
If this reverse microwave existed, it would affect society mainly in a positive way, since we would have our food easier and we could also cool down ingredients quicker and easier. However, it would perpetuate a toxic codependency between capitalism and us by making us buy things we don't really need just to seem cool and edgy. However, when we think about it in an individual way, it really doesn't affect us that much because our life wouldn't change much if a reverse microwave existed. It would just be one more device to clean our kitchens. Thank you for your attention.